You know, it said that there was a family theater group, and it truly is. Fred Warenberg and his wife attended the World's Fair in 1904 right here in St. Louis and saw their first motion pictures through the Nickelodeons. Shortly thereafter, you know, they purchased Nickelodeons to go with their grocery and saloon on Cherokee Street. And their first indoor silent era movie and vaudeville movie theater was the Best Theater. And there it's all history, from the silent era to the large atmospheric theaters that were located in downtown St. Louis, transitioning to drive-ins. In fact, here we are at the Ronnie's 20, which was named for Ron Kruger, the only grandson of Fred Warenberg. And it was built here as a drive-in theater on this property on South Lindbergh in 1946. So we're now standing in the newest and greatest movie theater in St. Louis, the Ronnie's 20, that we built in his honor in 1999. By the time I joined in 1995, Ron Kruger, being the grandson of Fred Warenberg, was in charge of running the company. He took over from his father when his father passed away in the 60s.
I came to work for them because of their reputation in the community. A lot of people don't know all the good work behind the scenes that Mr. Kruger and his family did. Organizations that were close to Mr. Kruger's heart were community organizations for family and also charitable organizations that affected children. In 2016, Warenberg Theaters donated in both cash and in kind about $1.8 million to the city of St. Louis. It was to different community organizations, such as the Great Forest Park Balloon Race, Missouri Botanical Gardens, organizations such as that, as well as nonprofits. And three of our biggest nonprofits that we were associated with was the Salvation Army, Variety, the children's charity, which is also an industry charity, the Will Rogers Organization, which is also another motion picture industry charity. In 2015, we received the highest award you can get for a community leader from the director of the FBI. We helped the FBI create awareness for their child identification program, as well as alert the public on our screens about the hazards of laser pointing at aircraft.
Supporting the community because the community supported us.
It's part of their culture, it's part of their tradition.
A Heritage Award for such a grand company that's always been here for the community to serve the public, to provide meeting places, to be involved with community efforts to raise money. It could be a blood drive, all of those things that our managers contributed to the general public. So I think it's a wonderful honor.
Back when vaudeville and the theaters first started and they had the live music and the dancers, Mr. Kruger used to give away things on Sundays. Well, one Sunday it was, come to the theater, we're giving away a baby. So that made all of the publicity that week. They're giving away a baby at the Warenberg Theater. They're giving away a baby. We'll come to find out when he gets on stage and he starts to announce the winner, it was a baby pig. So in those days you could take it home, you could either raise it or slaughter it. But that was a big prize. But that was what kind of, I guess, showmanship and character the family comes from. And it continued through the third generation, Mr. Kruger.
I think the most fun times were always when we would develop new projects and open new theaters. My first project for the Krugers was opening the Campbell 16 in Springfield, Missouri in 1996. And we happened to open up in May, and the picture that was opening was Twister. We're planning to run it on 3 screens, but as it turned out, it was such a popular movie, we ran it on 8 of the 16 screens that evening, and there was a tremendous thunderstorm on our opening night. And during the course of the evening, I think lightning struck and one of the air conditioners went out, so guess who went on the roof to turn it back on? You're looking at him. You know, Ron just sort of had his big jolly laugh and says, well, I'm glad you're okay and everything, and thanks for doing that, Bill. So we had fun. We worked hard, we played hard, and we enjoyed bringing movies to all of our guests at Warenberg Theaters.